everyone, you're watching Crescendo TV. I'm Zanita, and we are chilling with We the Kings.
My name is Travis Clark, and I sing and play guitar for We the Kings.
Cause I'm never going down, I'm never giving up, I'm never gonna leave, so put your hands up. If you like me, then say you like me.
Pledge Now, Text Later is a pledge towards texting while driving. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how that came about?
We've kind of been one of the bands that's wanted to use our success to kind of better life and just kids in general. So, you know, we see like all these kids that are coming out to our shows who are, you know, have been driving or in college or high school or out of college or whatever, and like texting and driving is kind of like a serious thing with how many people are starting to, you know, get all these like, you know, tech savvy phones and stuff. And we've before we had like a tour bus, we used to drive, and when we were in a band, like it was like you couldn't even have your cell phone if you were driving, that if you had like that shift to drive. So we would literally take the phone and just like toss it in like the back seat, because people would sit there and they would just text, and we had a van and a trailer, which is already impossible to drive, and then if you're texting, it's just even worse.
Yep.
So we had firsthand knowledge of that, and we stopped like a long time ago.
Your faces will actually be on the Honeycomb cereal boxes. How did that come about?
That's a little ridiculous. We have been fans of Honeycomb for a really long time, and we kind of partnered up with a branding company who held Honeycomb. They came up to us with this idea of us being on 14 million Honeycomb boxes for February, March, and April. And, you know, of course, we were just like, yes, of course, absolutely. And a couple months later, we're walking around in stores and seeing our faces on every Honeycomb box. It's so crazy. And kids have been like buying them and bringing them to shows, and our parents are like finally really proud of us, because it's like something that they're able to go to the store and buy. It's like, it's one thing to go to like a Best Buy or a Target or the mall or FYE or something and buy a CD. You know, a lot of bands can get their CD in stores, but it's next level when you're on, like your face is on the cereal.
Yeah,
it's like a Wheaties box, but not. It's better.
I wish my heart was always on her mind.
How did We the Kings meet Charles Tribby?
Charles has been a friend of mine since we were little kids. Like he played, we had local bands, and it was like my band versus his band, and it was just all this like, it wasn't ever like violent or anything. It was just like very competitive. And so his band was really, really good. They were amazing, and then we were, you know, kind of like an up and coming band. And just kind of fast forward a few years, we kept in contact, and I asked him to come play bass for us, and I was just like, yo, have you, you know, did you lose all your skills, or do you still have them? Because, you know, he got really big into the YouTube zone of life, and so he was just like, I would love to be a part of it. And initially he was just helping us out, and now it's kind of a full-time thing without him dropping his first love of YouTube. But it's amazing. It's amazing, one, to bring friends into a band, but the fact that he is from our hometown and stands true to the name We the Kings, which is like none of us, we've all known each other since we were kids, and we didn't hire like a guitarist from California who was like really awesome or anything like that. So it's just a group of friends that are still playing music, and so we're excited to have him on board.
I heard that all girls in Brazil wear bikinis everywhere they go. Is that true?
No, that's not true. We have this thing called King's Carriage, which is just like webisodes, and Danny, our drummer, is the one who thinks of all the ideas, and he wanted to think of this idea because we were just down in South America, so we were in Brazil, and we were just like, let's make a King's Carriage about how he thinks every girl wears bikinis, and how I think that's just ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thing to think. And so we played it out, so like we're having this argument, and then all of a sudden these girls walk into a restaurant and all 5 of them are wearing bikinis. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like this, it's crazy. But there's I think it's youtube.com/Danny Duncan TV or King's Carriage or something like that. You can find it, but we have a bunch. We haven't really realized how many that we've made over the years, but there's hundreds of them, and it's awesome. He's been doing one every single week, and we actually just did one tonight in the venue about Charles, actually, and how on camera he's really nice and uppity and fun, and as soon as the record button goes off, he turns into this monster. You know, so that's the next video. And this is what, my favorite of the 2 words?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Give or receive?
I'm a giver.
Okay. Dine in or drive through?
Drive through. Taco Bell specifically.
Stand up or sit down?
Stand-up comedy. Sit-down comedy would be weird.
Yeah, that would be actually really weird. iPhone or Android?
iPhone, all the way, of course. I didn't even have to think about that one. The other ones I had like a split second of.
Empty or full?
Full. Big fan of eating.
Oh,
and that's just what it reminds me of. I like being full.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Light side or dark side?
Light side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bungee jump or skydive?
Neither. I would never. You couldn't pay. There's not enough money in the world that could pay me to do either one of those things.
Oh my God.
I was at a fair, like a Six Flags type thing, and they had this thing called the flying squirrel. It was the closest thing I've ever gotten to anything. And they like pull you back. You're on these like cables, and you're with like 3 other people, and they pull you all the way back, like as high as they can possibly go, and then they release you, and you just go like a pendulum, like this.
Oh, okay.
I did it because my friends they were just like, "Come on, dude, it's just like it'll be fun," you know. And I was just like, "Okay, whatever." I think I had like a couple drinks in me, so I was ready, and I ended up passing out like down the thing, and I was just out. And so it's actually, to me, it's like a waste of money, you know. I tell people, they're like, "You want to skydive?" I'd be like, it wouldn't be worth it. I would jump out of the plane, I'd freak out, I'd pass out, and then the rest of the minutes of skydiving would just be like this, like all the way down, and you know, so it would be a waste of time.
Xbox or PlayStation?
Xbox, definitely. When you play FIFA soccer, it's so much easier on Xbox. And on the buses that we get, we always have PlayStation. And it bums me out because I always lose games. But I tell them because it's the thing. But I say that, and then the rest of the guys will be like, it's not that different. It's the same buttons. It's like, no, it's not.
No, it's not. Especially the
way
right
it
trigger
fits in my hands,
yeah.
I just can own an Xbox. And when I get PlayStation, I feel like I'm just like left-handed or something. It's weird.
No, definitely.
Not that left-handed people are weird. Just I'm right-handed, so when I'm lefty, it feels weird.
No, it definitely makes sense. Angry Birds or Words with Friends?
Words with Friends. Like, kind of like stimulating my mind every once in a while. Angry Birds, you just pull the thing back.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I guess it requires like a little bit of brain function.
That just makes me mad, though. Boxers or briefs?
I wear boxer briefs, so it's a tough thing.
So it'd be both.
It's like both. I have like the freedom of boxers, but the security of briefs.
There you go.
Into one.
Fact or fiction?
This is going to be really embarrassing. I'm not proud of this. But I love like the Hunger Games and Twilight and the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, like all the and Harry Potter. Like so, that's kind of my take in books. Yeah.
To close off, would you like to say anything to your fans?
I would. A lot of people take the fans for granted, and all these bands that these fans wait in line for nonstop and buy tickets and merch and spread the word to their friends, and it's like it's publicity and marketing without having to pay for it. Yeah. I think the fans should all know that you guys we're here because of what you do, and we couldn't be a band if it weren't for the fans. So they're really, really awesome, and I love you all very, very much.
And there you go. You just watched Crescendo TV with We the Kings. Thanks for watching. We release brand new content every Tuesday and Thursday. If you haven't subscribed or you don't have a YouTube channel, click here. It's free and you'll be the first to see our brand new videos.